Namaste, my name is Aditi Sharma and welcome to Physics Kira. We have already discussed about the birth of a star, its struggle for the survival, what was the scenario after the Big Bang, yes, the nebulae, and all of this in the part 1 of this video. If you have watched it, well and good, and for those who haven't watched it yet, link is in the description box below. Go and watch it first, otherwise it would be a little difficult for you to understand the second part. So again this time, let's have a talk on stars. Stars with high solar masses have a shorter life, and this is due to their huge gravity. More gravity means in order to counterbalance their gravitational collapse, they need a minimum equal amount of thermal energy. For providing this additional thermal energy, rate of fusion increases, due to which the fuel finishes off early and result is a shorter life. And actually these are the ones which glow the most. Take a look at this. Now we come at the first station in this journey, which is the formation of a white dwarf. The process begins with the fusion of hydrogen atoms, which results in a beta particle decay and the formation of a deuteron. Now when two such deuterons combine, they form a helium atom. And when majority of the hydrogen fuel is finished, the core begins to shrink, and because of this, the remaining hydrogen fuel it just finishes off very fastly. And that is the time when the star releases immense amount of energy. Now take a look at that graph back again. At this point we get a helium flash, means now the helium atoms will start with the process of fusion, and that will result in the formation of carbon and oxygen. Now the star is in the last stage of its life and is in the horizontal bridge. Now at this point the star starts to pulsate, and until the entire fuel is not converted into carbon and oxygen, it will just continue with the process and will get denser and hotter. When the entire fuel is converted into carbon and oxygen, then the star enters into the asymptotic path. Now since there is no further fusion going on, so the core of the star will begin to collapse, the outer layers will expand, and boom, a final burst. Whatever that was in the star, carbon, oxygen, helium, hydrogen, everything will be ejected out back into the space, and what would be left behind is a very hot and dense core. That core is actually a white dwarf, which would later cool down and settle into a black dwarf. Second station, and here I am your guide Aditi Sharma. Don't worry, I'm still a cosmologist. So the masses of stars, they follow a different yet a similar path. By now we have already learned that as the fuel finishes, the core begins to shrink, outer layers expand, and all of this result in the formation of further heavier elements in the core. Now as the core is formed of iron, the process stops, as it is the heaviest element which can be formed by the process of fusion in a star. At this point, gravity wins the race and blast, a supernova. Whatever that was formed in the core is again back into space. A tremendous amount of heat energy is released during a supernova explosion, that all the other heavier elements like nickel, copper, zinc, silver, etc. they are formed either during a supernova explosion or during any other extreme event. And maybe that's why the atoms with the atomic number greater than 26 are rare. A supernova explosion is this bright that if one such happens in our own galaxy, then all these stars at one side and this at the other side. White dwarf is actually not left behind after a supernova. What happens is electrons squeezes two protons and they form neutrons, and these neutrons are tightly bunched up into each other just like a very heavy nucleus, and that is a neutron star. That star is so dense that 1 teaspoon of it would weigh nearly equal to 10 million tons. We get a wide range of colorful bands during a supernova, and that is all due to the elements which have been ejected out during the explosion. Now we have reached at our last and the most awaited station, that how is a black hole formed. If when the star is done with its entire fusion process and the mass of the core left behind is greater than 3 solar masses, in that case gravity overcomes the neutron degeneracy process, and gravity compresses and collapses this core to a point of infinite density, which forms a black hole. This was a very long and must be a tiring journey for you guys as well, as I was also yawning at the back. So let me know in the comment section below that which video should be up next, and also like, subscribe and share.